now that I'm turned 40, I keep coming up with like, okay, what would I tell my 20-year-old self? What would I actually say to Chris at 20 years of age? And there's a lot of things I would say. I'd probably say, make sure you don't do that shot of Everclear. Don't do the the crazy beer keg stands. Some of the things that I did, but again, I had fun. Life is about experiences, and I definitely think experiences are what drives people's passions and drives people's memories. One thing I would say is this: the people that don't make mistakes probably aren't going to make anything in life. And I would probably make sure that I would say it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay, because along the way, I used to beat myself up on every mistake that I would make. I mean, I was so hard on myself, and I'm like, oh my God, it's never going to get better. Even on my lowest days, I would say that if I could go back and say to them, it's okay to make them. Don't beat yourself up, because the people that don't make mistakes don't make anything in life. The other thing I would say to them is, don't be afraid of the silly ideas. I mean, I've had a lot of crazy things that I've come up with, and I would say, oh, that's stupid, or oh, that's juvenile, or oh, that that wouldn't work. Some of my more silly ideas, some of my more crazy, have been the ones that have been the most engaging into my sales force, or given my sales force, things that I wouldn't even have thought. But back then, I was a kind of a no, that's not going to work, or maybe I would always second guess myself. And I wish I wouldn't, because if I was arguing back and forth with myself, would that work? Would that not work? And ultimately, I should have just trusted my gut, because I did it anyway. And and it was just time. And the last thing I would probably say to myself is, don't give a speech. Put on a show. And when I say don't just give a speech, life is not all about the words that you say to somebody. It's about the experiences that you create for others. And I would say that is what I've learned over the period of the last 20 years. This world isn't built on the words we say. It's on the actions that we give each other. It's the experiences that we give. It's the gestures that people can see that we do for them. And I think that in my 20 years of life is kind of how I've become the person that I have become, is just by putting on the show each and every night. 250 nights a year, I go in and I'm hoping to give people an awesome experience, that they can go out there and they can take action and put some of these things into their life so they can live a better life. They can live life by design. They can live on their own terms, and they can have the freedom and the flexibility to choose what it is for them and their families.